This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Hello Internet, my name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evotel.
What time is it, Evotel?
It is tier set ranking time, baby.
I love tier set ranking time. Do you know my favourite thing about tier set ranking time?
Tell me, babes.
It's the only time I get to sit down and drink some coffee and spend time with my wife. I haven't seen you since the tier set video for 11.1. And I'm just glad that we're here.
Cheers to that.
So what always happens is we see like the preview of the tier sets in like the announcement, and then I see a bit of data mining on Wowhead, and then we get to actually see it in game, and my opinions very often change. So predictions before we start ranking these tier sets, Evie, from what you've seen so far.
Okay, I had an initial reaction like you when the first image dropped, where I was like, I'm doubtful. From the little snippets that have been dripped my way since then, I am feeling hopeful.
Let's get in there, let's have a look at those tier sets, and let's rank them and give them points, and then we can all go home. Death Knight. Straight off the bat, it's lacking any skulls at all. There's no skulls in this set, so it's automatically, no, those aren't skulls, those are like gargoyles. Like,
you're right, they are gargoyles.
You've got like Warlock style gargoyles on the shoulders.
Okay.
And fine, they're trying something different. That's fine. Try something different with skulls.
I agree.
Because it's a Death Knight set. A Death Knight set without skulls is like my birthday without an unenthusiastic hand job. From myself.
Yeah, thank you. I don't hate this, but it's not.
See, that is never how you want like a tier set ranking to start.
But I don't feel threatened enough by this. Like, I feel like Death Knights have to be a little bit more menacing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it's a little too sleek.
They have gone for some very brokery elements in this. Okay, so I get the design decision behind it. Okay, it's a very Shadowlandsy set, particularly like this cloak, right? This looks like one of like the questing set cloaks from Oribos, or Zereth Mortis sets or something like that. And I like it. We're going with the gargoyle theme, and I like that. So it looks kind of stony, right? The helmet looks like it's kind of made out of stone.
Yeah, you've got like a little bat hat, which is cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you kind of like stone Batman. No neck on the chest piece, which is like a big fail as far as I'm concerned. Let's try. And no 3D elements on the chest either.
Yeah. The thing for me here is that I feel like a lot of the elements are a little small. Like his cloak is like a little shrunken.
Yeah.
His little side thigh bits are a little bit small, and it doesn't feel powerful.
I don't dislike the idea, but for some reason the set just doesn't pop. It doesn't click. It doesn't quite all come together. Death Knights, you had like the best set maybe of the last tier, one of your best sets ever. This is not it. This gets a 5 from me.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
Harsh.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 6.5 because I still think the details are really quite pretty, and the pieces will be like transmoggable. 6.5.
Shame. Evoker.
Are you sure it's Evoker?
I hate this. Let me try some different color schemes.
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, you got some glowy Xalatathi style orbs. That gets points for the glowy Xalatath orbs. The effect coming out of the shoulders is good.
Yeah.
And what I will say, on every set, and I think the Heroic's probably the best apart from the Mythic, is this is a really interesting like 3D element on the chest.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. It's like really high up on the chest.
Yeah.
And like, you want to be careful when you're running. Those horns will take your eyes out, or at the very least embed themselves in your cheek. I think there's like some interesting stuff going on in the trouser department.
The contrast I think is really pretty. I think in this colorway, using the kind of the black like lining and the black in the trousers, it feels like, quite elegant and dragon-like.
It's a good set.
I think it is a good set.
If there'd never been another Evoker set in the game, this would be like, oh wow, this is an 8 or 9 out of 10. This is great. But because there are other Evoker sets in the game, and they all kind of look a bit like this.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's that thing of, it's the Evoker set.
Yeah.
And we're at that stage so quickly with Evokers. Yeah. Can I posit like a philosophical point to you?
Yes.
Why do we keep getting armor sets for Evokers, which they wear and that you see in their visage forms that suggest dragon shapes? Because it's like, why would you change your shape from a dragon to look less like a dragon in your visage form, but then wear something that makes you look like a dragon? Why would you go, I look too much like a dragon, I'm going to change to look more like the people around me, so I'm going to change into my visage form, and oh, I'm going to put a fake dragon head on as well.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I get it. They like to hold on to like who they are, right?
I like the fruity little kind of arm bands.
Very Evoker,
nice.
yeah.
Like it's just a bit too similar to what we've seen before. I appreciate. I love the runes.
Oh yeah,
the runes appearing on the glow there.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives it an extra point. So, but in the context of evokers maybe needing something a bit different, I'm going to give this a 6.9.
Oh, I'm giving it a 7, a solid 7.
You were like 6.9. That's so harsh. Oh my god! I'm gonna give it 0.1 more.
A 7 with a caveat that it is actually quite cool, but I think evokers are starting to suffer from maybe like demon hunters. Like they only look like one thing.
Evoker
I think
set
we're
fatigue
ready.
is taking that score down.
Yes,
eroding that set for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like this is obviously high res, but I feel like this is what a monk set would have looked like if monks had been here in Cataclysm. I like that for it. It is like
quality's really
it's
nice.
very matte. It's very kind of simple, and there's something quite refreshing about kind of going back to basics on it. I love the detail in the gems. Excellent visual effects in these sets. This is the normal set.
Okay.
Look at the glowy effect on the normal shoulders
really
and the
nice.
normal chest piece.
We're a bit spoiled now, aren't we? We get really nice, like, kind of base level sets, I think. Now.
Genuinely, and how cool is that? I love the kind of like weaving on like the collar here. Some great collars in this set. Yeah, this kind of basket. It's like your head's in a big basket.
Yeah.
It's like I've bought you at the market. It's like I was going through lots of heads in the market, squeezing them to check for ripeness, and that's the one I chose and I put it in there.
Yeah.
And I love the way that the cloak comes over the shoulders and like through hoops
in the front,
underneath the weaving and into the gem at the front. And then like the
this,
mask,
like, threatening mask.
The
really
mask
cool.
is incredible. And when you look at it up close, you realize
really beautiful.
Just how good it is. It's like a bandit mask with like a kind of samurai, like incredibly ornate metal jaw piece. Yeah, the demon jaw piece.
Yeah, really nice.
So good.
An asymmetrical kind of one sash hanging from one of the shoulders,
I love
which is really nice.
Sash, yeah.
Oh, and it comes around the front too. Nice.
Oh wow,
That's
you're right.
nice.
Oh yeah, it's like tied to the front spike on the shoulder
and
pauldron.
it comes around the back.
And then comes out around the back. That's so good.
That's quite nice.
Is kind of exquisite in its like understated simplicity, and I actually really love it. Jade Mist is like you can't go wrong. The heroic set, which is a bit more badass,
I like that one.
The mythic set has like these extra effects on.
Wow.
With the kind of swirly effect coming. Is that too much? That almost spoils it.
And on the mask as well. The mask is glowing.
Oh
too.
my god, yeah.
I think this one just suffers from being nice in a pool of really extra.
Okay.
So, comparatively, it's not my favorite, but looking at the details, they're quite nice, and I think that helm is so cool.
Yeah.
So, from me, I think it's going to get like a 7.
For me, the top half is like literally a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like everything on the torso and the shoulders and the arms, 9 out of 10. And the on the bottom is probably like only because there's just not much going on. It still fits perfectly. It's still really good. Is probably a 7. So overall, I'm going to give it an 8.
Nice.
Which I wouldn't have thought when I first saw it, but like the more I look at it, the more I like it. Brilliant. Next up is Paladin.
This is insane.
People love this set, by the way.
Of course they do.
Even in the post-reveal distress, where everyone was like, oh, the tier sets are rubbish, I hate them so much.
It is just so over the top. Give him a crest. He's like, you want a crest? Or do you want a crest? And the absolute biggest, most glorious mane you've ever seen in your life.
I feel like a lot of the sets in this tier, they are pretty standard armor sets in a lot of ways, but then they have like 1 or 2 elements which really kind of elevate them. And I mean, you've got 3 on this Paladin set. Obviously the shoulders are insane with these horses here. Like these like horse like statue things with the glowing eyes on the shoulders.
Beautiful.
Those are insane. Those are massively extra. You've got the incredible helmet.
Yeah, like there's kind of like Trojan, thing going on. But with so many details.
Then you've got the skirt.
Oh, beautiful.
I guess is particularly nice in this one as well. I think it's really, really cool. I think this is the best color scheme, the heroic in the red.
It's so unexpected, like red and black,
well,
right?
Yeah, for a Paladin as well. The black, the mythic one is a bit. Again,
it's a bit samey.
Yeah, it's a bit samey. I don't like the ones when they're a bit samey. This set does commit the cardinal sin of giving me a visible neck in a plate set.
Oh, I know, because that's where the arrow is going to come right in, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's where you're going to get pew-pewed.
So you're running along, and that's what you see, right? You see that, white boy down the beach neck, and no one likes it, right?
Oh, he's going to have, like, the worst tan lines,
exactly.
You know?
That's the thing. Now, obviously, there are shirts and stuff that you can put underneath it, but I want it to be part of the set. And the normal one is like, I mean, that looks like it could have come from a Warfront in
so
BFA,
goofy.
doesn't it?
Yeah. But
like,
goofy, but in the best way.
Yeah, I mean,
so detailed. Like, lots of lovely, lovely details going on there.
I think it looks like a heritage armor set. If this was the human heritage armor, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. If that was the blood elf heritage armor, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I think it's like, it's got that level of detail and kind of vibe to it. I think it's really, really great. I think there is something that lets this set down beyond the belt. And I think that's the fact that the chest is completely 2D at the moment.
Oh no!
There's no.
Why did you make me see that?
No 3D elements on the chest as well, which for such a beautiful, detailed set seems like such an incredible way.
Well, you really see the contrast between the shoulders and like the side of the trousers, right?
Exactly.
And with the chest, right?
Maybe they're going to change that. This is
feel like
the
they
first build, but we can only work on what we've got so far. And with no neck covering and no 3D element on the chest. At the moment, I'm going to have to actually knock that one down to a 7.5.
Ooh, okay. No, I was going to give this an 8.
Okay.
But that includes, like you say, points knocked off for...
Wow, Paladin's not going to win. Oh. I think most people, when we started this, they'd go, I bet Paladin wins. Love Paladin. Not the winner.
Sorry to disappoint.
People love this mage set. Evie, do you love this mage set?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
What do you love about it so much?
Look at that outrageous hats. Okay, so I know mages have had hats.
They've had some great hats this expansion.
Really
this has been the expansion of the hat for mages. Millinery heaven.
It's a pointy wizard mage hat that then becomes like a kind of glowing feather like tail.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but I'm willing to run with it.
This one leaning very hard into like arcane-y glowiness,
Totally.
Right? The shoulder orbs here bring to mind like literally the destroyed planet in the skybox of Karesh. Because again, this one looks a little bit Ourobossy, a little bit brokery, a little bit Shadowlandsy, right?
I love the little face in that gem. Like 2 little eyes and a big mouth.
Yeah. Oh my god, no. Oh, you've ruined the entire
he's going, it's baby Demencius. He's like,
you asshole. They're kind of saying here, this is what like an ethereal mage would have looked like before they were all killed.
I like
that. This is a Kareshi mage. And I feel like you don't get that with all these sets, but with some of them, you're like, oh, this is how the Kareshi dress. Okay, this is what they would have looked like.
If you were mage,
this is what it would have been
your look.
Exactly.
And it's called the Augur's ephemeral plumage.
Like we spent a long time on the on the normal set because like it's like the most magey set I've ever seen.
Really
like
good.
Such great glowy effects. So like ethereal without even being ethereal. Let's have a look at the other colours. Is that one a bit too one note?
It's a little samey for me, but still looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's Raid Finder. Heroic is like the same kind of thing, but more shadowy, which I like.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, and then the Mythic set, I'm
not crazy about the Mythic set.
Yeah. Do you know what? There's like actually genuinely a very interesting thing going on here with like you've got this metal kind of collar bit with like very quilted, luxurious
padding underneath.
Like almost like they expect the hat to be so heavy you need like quite a lot of neck support.
You have all these kind of like, crystals. You've got baby Demencius. You've also got the ones on the side that feel a little bit more like
they feel like they've been cracked open.
Like you've kind of cracked them open to
get
summon
some
your
power.
arcane
Yeah,
energy.
no, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I know why it is, reminiscent of kind of like Ourobossy stuff. I think that's good. At the same time, it probably makes me like it a little bit less because it reminds me of Ouroboss, and that's just like a personal thing. That's completely subjective.
Fair. I'm giving this a solid 8.
Yeah, I'm giving it an 8 as well.
Yeah, 8 just because the colorways feel a little bit samey.
Yeah, there's 2 color schemes that really work for it, and 2 that I don't actually like that much at all, to be honest. And I feel like you could have done a great fire version of this set. Maybe there'll be a red PvP one. The Arcane style ones rock.
Absolutely,
they're brilliant. It would have
them.
scored higher if it had better colours for the others as well.
Yeah. Which set is this?
This is Demon Hunter.
Are you sure?
I'm certain.
Okay. I'm getting so many kind of mixed messages from this. I'm confused by it.
That's fair enough. I really like it because it's so different. I think one of the problems with Demon Hunter sets is every single tier when we do these videos, it's like, yeah, it's a Demon Hunter set.
It's Illidan.
Like,
right?
It's a Demon Hunter set. Here we go.
Yeah.
And what I really appreciate about this set is how different it is and like how off on one they've gone. I mean, that literally in my mind scores at extra points because I think, as a Demon Hunter, I don't have options like this.
No, it's true.
In my transmog tab. This one is very drusty. I love the way that the effect on the horns, it's like it's drenched in it, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously like it looks like you've dipped your hands and your feet in the glowiness, but it's kind of like seeping out of the cracks in the horns and in the shoulder pads as well on the hat.
This is the Charhound's vicious hunt. Like this Demon Hunter has slayed a Charhound and is wearing its like horns and skull.
It's kind of huntery in that sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is, to me, is like, this has all those hunter elements of slaying your prey and wearing them.
It's like in literally the movie Prey. It's like he's dipped his hands in the kill as like a kind of a trophy thing.
Yeah, and his feet.
Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
like,
there is almost like this sense of like just completely immersing yourself in the kill sort of thing and like literally kind of drenching yourself in it.
Demon hunters are absolutely savage, right? The hair, like the mane of the animal, like running down your back and into the cloak.
It's wild.
On the trousers, he's literally slipped into the skin of this demon Charhound.
Like a hunter kills something and then skins it and cures it and tans it and makes armor out of it. Like the demon hunter has killed the Charhound, ripped it apart and like just like slapped all the bits on it. Still bleeding everywhere, and that's like kind of wild. That's so much more demon hunting, right?
Very.
So like that's as fell as it comes. Heroic is fiery and great, and then third demon hunter spec. The effects on this are great because then you get the extra glowing effect on the shoulders and the helmet as well, and that like just really works for me.
Yeah. The more I look at it, the more I think about it, and, you know, the cloak and the trousers being made of like kind of wings and stuff is disgusting.
Yeah, it's so shit. It's disgusting. It's so sick.
But it is cool, and I love that they're giving demon hunters something new.
I'm giving this an 8.
Yeah, it's an 8 from me too.
Oh wow. This is a funny one because you thought this was the hunter set when you first saw it in the preview, didn't you?
Yeah, like the tiny little preview off in the distance. I was like, oh, yeah, looks a little huntery. You know why? It's because of what was the hunter set with like the chicken face?
Oh,
do you remember the chicken face?
Yeah, that was only a couple of tiers ago.
Yeah,
as well.
And I think I still have PTSD from that one. So
I can't remember what tier it was, but I remember the tiers.
Yes, there were tiers. I went, no way.
This is much better than that hunter set, I have to say.
It is much better than that hunter set, and it is much more suited to a druid, I think.
Yeah. I like this one because I think it makes you look like a totem pole.
It does.
Your totem pole was rotting in the center, and you're like, oh, just carve it out. I'll put it on as armor. I bet it looks really good on a Tauren as well.
Yeah, I think this kind of like, tribal aesthetic for a druid is like a really nice direction. I think it'll be like really welcomed by a lot of druid players.
It does look almost like semi-formal for a druid.
Yeah,
like,
there's
so often druids look kind of like just kind of
dirty,
whacked together, which I love.
Yeah.
But this one looks like you're going to take part in some ceremony or something.
It does. Yeah, I think you're right. Like, it feels ceremonial.
Yeah, ceremonial is what I was looking for. It's got like 2 3D elements on the chest, which I really, really like. And don't forget, those will show over tabards, and that's always really cool. I love how high the neckline is on this. Really, really nice.
But also showing some belly button.
Yeah, shows off plenty of belly button, which is very important. Very important. The string of this pendant going right the way around to the back like that in a 3D element, I think is fantastic. It's just such a coherent look.
It is coherent. It's really nice, actually.
I love like the tribal kind of color combinations, like the blue and the red and the yellow and stuff, and the way it's done on the shoes. There's some really good shoes, actually. Raid Find is pretty cool as well. Oh, wow.
Yeah, kind of unexpected.
Just changes the accents, really. That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Heroic, I kind of don't like so much.
I'm not really getting heroic. Yeah, I don't get that one.
I don't get.
I don't know what's happening there.
No, I don't know what's happening there either. That's so weird. If you showed me that, I wouldn't like it.
No, yeah.
And Mythic's great.
Mythic looks amazing.
Like with the normal one, you're preparing for the ceremony.
Yeah.
And you're getting all the bits together, and you're like getting all the things to light, and then the thing happens.
Yeah, and your transformation has been achieved.
Oh, it gives you tattoos. It gives you like these little belly button tattoos, which I think
looks
is awesome.
Really good.
Always
makes
into
you
that.
Look really snatched.
I love how it really does. Yeah, I love how, again, ceremonial, like the smoke effect is coming out of the helmet and of the shoulders.
Yeah, I love this idea of like, a very ceremonial druid look.
I'm giving this a solid 8.
Yeah, same. Me too.
I think we've got a lot of 8s.
Oh. What does that say about us?
Might be some ties in these tier sets, but I think they're all of like a really good quality generally. So
they are.
That makes sense.
Honestly. They are. There are lots of really strong contenders this tier.
Here is the Shaman set, and I've put this on a female orc.
Absolutely over the top.
Isn't it stunning? This is like a really good WoD set.
Yes.
This is like one of the sets WoD wishes it had.
WoD vibes.
Yeah.
The level of detail, the tribal elements, you've got bones, you've got fur, you've got a kind of looped belt. But on top of that, of course, the like incredible like wolf's head helm, which also has a flaming ponytail.
Oh my god, the flaming ponytail is great, and not too much jiggle going on there. Do you know what?
Beautiful.
Like
it's
the
so
jiggle
flowing.
Yeah. Oh, no shoulders on the mythic set yet, but you're gonna have to imagine those, right? I love the runes, like glowing, like forged onto the shoulders, and they appear. And the detail of these runes on the belt, buckle is so good.
It's really nice. That is really, really chunky awesome. Belt, and I love the contrast of the kind of the glowing kind of fire elements throughout, and then the more kind of like rustic, like bones and fur sewn together, like really feels like a shaman, someone in touch with the elements, like communing with nature, but also an absolute badass.
Yeah, so the fine detail on this, I love
really
like
the
very fine glow around the spikes on the glove. I love I love that you're wearing a necklace. I love any set that gives you a necklace. I love the like the padded like 3D leg sandwiches here, because they're very understated. They're not like the kind of huge chunky things we normally see just like stuck onto the legs. And it's cool because you are dressed in a dead wolf and then you become a wolf because you're a shaman to run around, and that's like that works. That's really cool.
Raidfinder looks really cool though. I like the uniformity, but
the heroic one is the spirit wolf color, right?
I'm giving it an 8.5. I really like it. I think it's a really cool direction for shaman. I think it's really so detailed and beautiful, and like you say, the runes popping, all the little outlines popping, stitches, like it really tells an amazing story.
A good story and pop-in details. I think that sums it up really, really well, actually. I think you're an 8.5 as well. I really like it. Caveat,
don't know what
maybe the
Mythic's
shoulders will be terrible.
We'll see. Whoa, hold it right there, Tally. I've got something I need to say. And by say, I mean sell. Hey everyone! So the time has come for my great big annual Spring Summer Clean. It's time to get your shiz in order. Clean out your bags, vendor your grays, and give your website a good tidy while you're at it. Thankfully, Squarespace, who are sponsoring today's video, thanks guys, gives you the tools to declutter to your heart's content. I like to think our website is pretty tidy, at least behind the scenes, but it's always good to have a look. Squarespace's simple page manager shows me everything I have and need and didn't know I had. Like a blog? Babes, this is in 2011. These blog posts need to go. Thankfully, I can easily delete every individual post, and while we're at it, just put the whole thing in the bin. Sorry to all the Tumblr girls out there, but it's time to move on. The page manager shows you every page on your site, but also features like members only areas, which we also apparently have. Do I even want to know? But it's straight in the bin. And for anyone suddenly regretting their trash tossing decisions, there is of course a deleted pages section you can sift through for any accidentally tossed nuggets, or you can do the sensible thing and set the whole thing on fire. If it still feels a bit messy, you can always add a drop down, which is the web navigation equivalent of that drawer in the kitchen that every random bit of stuff gets tossed into without thinking, because don't forget, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. That's much better. Ready for your own deep cleaning sesh? Why not head to squarespace.com/TaliasandEvitel, where you can get 10% off your first purchase of a Squarespace website or domain, and click little trash bin icons until your heart is full or empty. Or if you're on Squarespace already, just use code TaliasandEvitel while you're checking out. That's squarespace.com/TaliasandEvitel. Now what can I delete next?
No, Evie, not the channel! This is Warrior, and I don't mind telling you, when I first saw this on the preview, I went, but then when I saw it in game and I opened it for the first time, I went, whoa! That's the exact noise I made, Evie. So, okay, look.
Let's have a look.
This is the normal set, okay?
Okay.
And I think this is legit one of the best sets in the game. This color scheme is obviously like reminiscent of the tier 2 color scheme. Given these like super glowy green chains.
Love them.
The helmet looks great. It's a pretty standard warrior set in many ways, which is what made me go, huh. But the piece de la resistance.
Oh, babe.
I mean, look.
They be dangling. I say they're more like kind of serving. I just get like massive Ariana Grande vibes from this.
They're
just
still
like flinging a little ponytail.
They're still
around.
just a little bit too erect. They're still they're way more floppy than when Wowhead dated mine. And they were fully erect in the Wowhead dated mine.
Yeah.
And then you're like, don't worry. In the actual set, they're nice and floppy, but they're not.
No.
As floppy as they could be.
No, but I love this.
They are semi-chub chains, right? And, I guess you're going to know whether that's okay or not.
I'm sorry, but look at the jiggle physics on them.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like, it really is like 3 people doing their elephant impression, all like rammed into one helmet. And I love that. I think it's fantastic. Does it work?
I love it. I think it's so cool. And it's so outrageous.
Yeah.
Like it is so outrageous for a warrior as well.
Don't forget, warriors, they do a lot of spinning.
They do. That's going to be so much time and effort went into the physics of those. If you imagine it without the jiggly chains,
it's still fine.
It's still pretty cool, but adding those on just like totally elevates it. Like it is absolutely outrageous.
So here's the rub, right? The normal is the best color scheme by far.
Oh, are you kidding? Raid Finder's beautiful.
Oh, you love that one?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
It's unusual.
Heroic's a bit boring, isn't it? It's not
boring.
Contrasty enough. Mythic is, I mean, I think I've got a feeling I'm going to see lots of voidy stuff in Mythic.
Can I
sets.
please say how great is it that they've gone for like a super hot pink colorway for Mythic, for like all the hardcore Mythic bros and girls. Like,
I don't think they're mine. I think that's really cool. Love this. I give this I'm going to say 8.5 out of 10.
How dare you? That's exactly what I was going to say.
No way!
Great
in
minds.
sync. That's why we're married, because we feel the same about tier sets. Fact. Oh, yay! It's Hunter!
Is
Hunter
it?
Set. Hunter set.
Is it
Hunter
really?
Set. Yeah. So, you're always complaining that there aren't any good Hunter sets. And here you go. How's this for a Hunter set? What do you think of that, eh?
I have to say, as a set, especially on a Blood Elf dude, it looks really beautiful.
Yeah, it does look
I
good,
think it
actually.
looks really, really gorgeous. Do I think Hunter when I see it? No.
No, I'd have said that was a mage set if you show me.
Exactly. Or like a really nice leveling set.
Oh, it's nicer than a leveling set.
No, okay.
Look, come on.
That's so beautiful. Like, do I think
Oh,
it's
are you being
Hunter?
won over as we're talking?
I am actually. Look at this. It's happening. It's happening in my face. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, okay, there's a feather in his belt. There's a little tiny feather in his belt.
Yeah, there's your Hunter stuff right there.
It kind of serves a need for me for, I would say, a more elegant Hunter set. Because we've had too many bones.
I mean, like, honestly, look, here's the thing, right? Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
This is a bard set.
Oh.
Right? So,
space bard.
This is an ethereal bard right here. Everything's very silky and very luxurious.
Yeah, it's
and
like smooth leathers.
Yeah, particularly the heroic, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if the heroic guy, if he was playing a lute or a harp and had like a bow over his shoulder and a crossbow, he's a bard right there. Very, very fruity drawstrings along the side.
You know what's fruity? Show me the front. Look at these like leather chaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally got Astarian style leather
chaps coming up from underneath the boot. I mean, you'd wear that
really beautiful
to a ball, right?
Yeah.
But it's a monster ball where you're going to kill the monsters and skin them. Right?
Yeah, in space. No, I actually, having looked at this and seeing the different colorways, which I think are amazing. Like I know this is a purple and gold set, but the contrast with the black is really gorgeous. Yeah. These kind of like hints to Xalatath and the Void, like on the shoulders and on the helm, are really, really beautiful. And imagining this with a kind of like voidy bow or a crossbow absolutely does it for me.
Belt is so good. Look at the way the belt, it comes through the loop and then like split. It's so fruity.
It is so fruity.
It's serving absolute. There is so much in this set. It is the tightest set I've ever seen. Imagine you're on a hunt and you turn up
and
with you've got like a wolf head on,
queens.
and you've got like Murloc bones on your shoulder, and then this ass rocks up, and he's all like, "Oh, hi, we going on a hunt?" And it's like, "Yeah, would you want to blow the horn and start the hunt?" He gets out a saxophone. He's like, "Do
you want to go on the hunt?" And he's like, "No, we're going on the." I am absolutely won over by this set. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the thing that kills me, the two little feathers. It's like as if. Just got to remind everyone that I'm a hunter. Out of sheer gratitude for the designers finally giving hunters a little bit of eleganza. This is a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm biased.
Here's the thing. If it was any other class, I'd probably give this like maybe a 7, right?
Same.
But because it's hunter, and I love the idea of just like a really foppish, dandy hunter, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay, fine.
So people are a bit disappointed with the priest set.
Are you kidding me? This is insane. Look how beautiful this is. Look at this crazy like Xalatath style orb. Look at the quality of the detail on the shoulders.
Yeah. Okay, so I think this is a great example of when you see stuff like data mined on Wowhead and it's stationary, you don't get the whole kind of effect. And I think seeing this one in motion, and this is the normal set, look at the glow around this set.
It's
and like,
unbelievable.
It really
it's
makes
like
it
pulsing.
like you'd imagine because of these visual effects that this was a mythic set.
Yeah.
And like you got it all on the crown as well.
And on the wrists.
I mean, the orbs are the thing, right? The orbs are what really elevates it.
Orbs of Sublime, yeah.
I think the reason people didn't like it when they first saw it, though, without all of these effects, was that they think that the color schemes are a bit samey. Okay. What do you think about that?
Okay, well, let's have a look at them.
I can't say I agree. I feel like there is an abundance of white.
There is.
Theme, like it is kind of pastely and pale in all the color sets.
Yeah.
The golden, like radiant orbs of the heroic one are actually brilliant.
Yeah.
I actually kind of love. It's kind of like a Hallowfall-y, like a Arathi kind of thing going on here.
Yeah, there is.
Look, there's even glow on the bracelets.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god! There's so much glow happening on these
details.
sets.
And like I love the little draped chain details that you have.
Oh, the dangle on the chains. On the
shoulders, well, those change, but then also the ones like on the actual like cloak, the cloak and stuff on the sides. The shape is like unmistakably Xalatath, right? Like,
okay, so I'm glad you mentioned Xalatath because I have kind of buried the lead on this a little bit. I've shown you Raid Finder. Yeah. I've shown you normal. I've shown you heroic, but then you go to the mythic set. And it literally is Xalatath.
It is just Xalatath.
Like it literally is. Like I've got this on my main character at the moment, and obviously I transmogged off the toes.
Naturally,
I transmogged off the shoes because like you got to go barefoot in this set, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, and especially if you're a night elf or like a void elf or something that has like a bluey tone to their skin.
Incredible.
Like you have to transmog off the toes of this set. Simple as that. Because like this is, I mean, it's not exactly like for like, but it's clearly Xalatath.
Well, it is.
Like
and I mean, the shape of the shoulders is the knife, right?
Yes, exactly. And it all makes sense.
Combined with the actual orbs that Xalatath carries around with her. The kind
crown,
of purple.
Because she's queen.
She is an absolute queen.
I keep noticing things I like about this set. I love the 3D circlet on the back.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was like just embroidered, but it's not. It's a 3D metal thing. It's like the kind of a loon shape in her eyes, right?
Yeah.
So it's all Xalatath all of the time.
Yes.
And I love it.
And I love how interesting it is from every direction.
Yes.
Like
seriously.
it really has so much interest from like all sides.
I'm actually like completely won over on this set.
Really
to the extent that it even makes me like the other color schemes.
I like these.
Do you know what? It looks so high res.
It does. It does. That's the thing. Yeah.
If this was as good as it got, that would be very good.
Yeah.
But then the mythic set gives it all. And because of the mythic set, I'm going to give it a 9.2.
I'm giving it a solid 9. Despite the recolors having lots of interest, I do still find them a tiny bit samey, and I wish they'd gone in a slightly different direction for some of them. But gains points back for an absolutely banging name. Eulogy to a Dying Star.
Okay, I feel like not enough is made of this incredible name. 9.2, 9.2. Nice one.
Yeah.
Wasn't a great patch, but is a great set. This is Rogue, and there's literally nothing about this set that I don't like. It's literally perfect. This is the normal set. What are you thinking?
That's normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like this is kind of the most badass set ever made in many ways.
Outrageous. Now, you know, we've talked a little bit about like sameness in some sets. Like, you know, this is dark and moody, but not samey.
Yeah. Even though the tones are all very similar, it's got many different textures.
There you go.
Okay, so that's why it works. The whole kind of like quilted bit here.
Yeah, a bit of quilted leather. Are there some bombs on there?
Is that like, it's kind of like a suede material around the edges, and then you got the cloth on the belt, and the scarf around here for the cloak is absolutely awesome. And then you've got like, leather straps over the top. So you've got suede, you've got like quilted leather, you've got like smooth black leather, you've got like rough brown leather, and the metal from there's so much going on here. It's so awesome. You got some nice kind of like leg buckles going on, which I always appreciate. And then you've got like the actual kind of metal of the set as well, which is like this cold grey kind of like steel
shiny,
sort of thing.
Really nice. I love the contrast of like having the kind of soft scarf underneath and everything being kind of held together by these like more metallic
so many elements of this set, which is great. And obviously,
really
you got like cool smoke bombs and stuff.
Of course.
But then, like, even then, that's not even the best. None of this is the best part of the set. All of it is brilliant and kind of like top tier. But then you get to the mask under the hood. This is so edgy. It makes demon hunters weep. Demon hunters wish they could be as edgy as this. Death Knights wish they could be as edgy as this.
And it's not like too in your face edgy too. It's I think it's like quite subtle.
Do you know what? If some like ex-Blizz people came out, okay, and they were like, we're bringing out a new MMO, we designed one character so far, and they showed everyone this, everyone would be like, this MMO is way better than WoW. Yeah. Why can't WoW do anything like this is why WoW sucks, because it's too cartoony and childish. Yeah, exactly. Give us cool shit like this. And this is just the normal set as well.
Yeah,
Let's have a look. Raid Finder is, hey, do you know what? You can do stuff with that.
It's a bit Robin Hoodie, but I like it.
It is Robin Hoodie. If this was a hunter set, you'd be chuffed. Oh my God, that's nice. So edgy.
That's really edgy.
I love that.
That is good.
Oh my gosh, that is
bit Revendrethy for me, but I like it.
Well, I feel like the paleness of the metal saves it from that, actually.
Okay.
And then the mythic set,
oh my God.
I kind of hate the mythic set. I just don't really like it.
I mean, this is the Warlock colorway, right? You see this and you're like, oh, it's a Warlock. And I like that.
Go back to the normal set if that's okay.
Okay.
Just an absolute brilliant set. I'm giving this a 10.
Wow.
No, I don't see, like, everything about this set works and comes together, and it's basically, for what it is, a perfect set. I don't think it can be improved, so it gets a 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm giving this a solid 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I love it.
I feel like if someone came up to me and was like, Tally, I want to play a class in WoW, only one class ever until the day I die, and I'm a really big fan of, like, the most high effort but also goofy ass transmog you've ever seen in your life, I'd say, well, there's no question, you have to play Warlock. They've never had a bad set.
No.
I feel like every single
even the
one
stupid
of these,
ones
even the
are amazing.
They're all stupid. The stupider the better for Warlocks. And they're the only class that really gets that kind of leeway.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if anyone else had a portal for a face, you'd be like, that's a bit much, maybe bring it back. With Warlock, you're like, yeah, give me demons coming out of the portal.
Yeah.
It's like, A, you are the Dark Portal, and you look like your own summoning portal.
Yep.
Right? So I don't want you to see you bring out the summoning portal in Raid now. I want people to be like clicking on your face to summon people into your group, yeah? And then it's like, as if that wasn't goofy enough, it's like, let's have eyes on the shoulders, which literally kind of like they pulsate like this, and also let's give them the biggest eyelids you've ever seen, like they're just going out on the town, they've done like excellent eyeshadow, and then it's like, well, that's not goofy enough, give me the biggest belt you've ever seen in your life. They went away, they made the biggest belt you've ever seen in your life, and dude was like, give me 2 of them,
do it twice,
and that's what they did. One. And so they did, and so they got 2 of the biggest belts you've ever seen in your entire life, and then they were like, I like the eyes work, that's great, can you put another eye on a huge book that is so big it literally doesn't even fit on the belt,
just clips,
and then just put that on? Can you just put that on? Like, it's like, do we need that? It's like, no, we don't need that.
Do you need any of this? Well, I do. Is this a portal helm or a horn helm?
Yeah,
like both.
Both. And a tooth helm as well, by the way. I've got to say, I think these are the best horns I've ever seen on a WoW helm.
They're really beautiful.
I think they're so good.
So
it's like
detailed.
Warlocks taking back the ground that demon hunters stole from them.
Absolutely. They're like, I see you and I raise you my horns.
And do you know the best thing about this set? This is just the normal set. Can we have
that's normal.
This is one of those sets.
Raid Finder is beautiful.
This is because of this absolute genius portal face.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I want every recolor of this, because even if I don't love the entire set, I'm going to want every single color of this portal. There's actually like a kind of a secret hidden eye on the neck here as well. Heroic.
That is jaw-dropping. If I saw that out in Azeroth, I would literally just like... That is amazing.
I actually think this one's the best one.
That's
but I know
unbelievable.
you're going to love the Mythic.
Oh, God, am I? Oh, just like pure void portal.
Yeah. So
and the horns.
Yeah. So the portal isn't as like contrasty as the other portal heads, which could be good or bad, depending on your opinion. And the horns, you are correct to point out, are insane. I feel like with this and the preset, like the kind of glow effects in this tier are next level. There's been a literal step up. I'd be really interested to hear if there's a dev out there who can like put in the comments and answer if there is literally new tech involved in this, because I feel like there is.
Yeah.
It's that good.
And since we're looking up close at like the pauldrons and stuff too, I love the textures on them. I love how they look worn and nicked and like kind of skin-like as well, like scaly.
I love that it's voidy, but it has a green fell glow.
Of course it does.
Because it's Warlock, right?
Of course it has.
That's actually like just a really nice little attention to detail.
Yeah.
There are two ways I think this set could be improved. I think I don't love the gloves. I think the gloves could be more thematic and fit the set a bit more.
Okay.
They just don't for some reason. In my opinion. And I would like to see the eye on the chest blink like
maybe
or
look
pulsate,
around
like
the
the ones in the shoulder. I think that would be really cool as well. But I mean, that is nitpicking in the extreme. I love the glow of the eyes on the underside, catching in the underside of the shoulders, like being contained in the little recess there.
And these are of course
on all of them?
N'Zoth eyes, right?
Oh,
the kind
totally.
of red eyes are so N'Zoth.
That is it happens on all the sets. The glow from the eyes, like captured under
illuminates
it's like a lampshade sort of thing.
Yeah, this is my favorite one. The dark horns, the contrast between like the black and the gold and the red, the yellow.
This nails it on every single colour scheme,
absolute feast.
which is something you so rarely see. And for that purpose, I'm going to give it a 10.
9.6 from me.
Oh!
Yeah. Love it.
Well earned. Worth every point.
Absolutely.
Well, it was a good fight between the Rogue and the Warlock in the end, but the Warlock just about edged it. With its
They're so edgy.
By being one of the best sets ever made. But the Rogue set was one of the best sets ever made as well.
I have to say, as a whole, getting that kind of first image of tier sets dropping and going, and then actually looking at them and being
I feel like that happens every time as well.
Do you think they do that on purpose?
No. I think they want you to think everything looks good in the reveal. Yeah. But for some reason, it just never does.
I think there's something about showing every class all at once.
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
like too much information at once. And you're like, I can't process all of these. But actually sitting down in giving each of them the time they deserve. Especially this guy. I love this one. Oh my God, look at that.
So that was the tier sets for 11.2 Ghosts of Karesh. A bunch of great sets in there. And thank you for joining us today. Let us know which are your favourites in the comments below.
What did we get wrong?
Let us know what Evie got wrong. Like if there's anything you disagree with that Evie said, just tell her. Just put it in the comments and don't just say you disagree. Tell her exactly why she's wrong.
Tell me how my taste offends you.
Tell her how she's objectively incorrect. And thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, don't thank us. Thank our patrons who give us their real life money all the time. Still to make all of our work happen. And it wouldn't happen without them. So thank you, because without you guys, there would be a whole lot less Talias and Nevertell. If you didn't like it, downvote the shit out of it. And remember, my name is Citragosa. No, my name is Taliesin from me.
And me, Nevertell.
Cheerio.